The decision-making process. In our previous conference, we were discussing different aspects about ethics in business in general, but more specifically related to international business. We also checked some ethical dilemma, and everything has to do and it's together related with the decision-making process. Several studies of unethical behavior in a business setting have concluded that business people sometimes do not realize they are behaving unethically, primarily because they simply fail to ask, is this decision or action ethical? Instead, they apply a straightforward business calculus to what they perceive to be a business decision, forgetting that the decision may also have an important ethical dimension. The climate in some businesses does not encourage people to think through the ethical consequences of business decisions. In addition to establishing the right kind of ethical culture in an organization, business people must be able to think through the ethical implications of decisions in a systematic way. To do this, they need a moral compass to determine whether a decision is ethical. According to these experts, a decision is acceptable on ethical grounds if a business person can answer yes to each of these questions. Question 1. Does my decision fall within the accepted values or standards that typically apply in the organizational environment? Question 2. Am I willing to see communicated to all stockholders affected by it, for example, by having it reported in newspapers or television? Question 3. Would the people with whom I have significant personal relationships, such as family members, friends, or even managers in other businesses, approve my decision? Besides all of these questions, we also have 5 more steps we can follow in order to see if what we are doing is correct or not. Number 1. Business people should identify which stakeholders the decision would affect and why. Number 2. Judging the ethics of the proposed strategic decision. Number 3. Managers must establish moral intent. Number 4. Company has to engage in ethical behavior. And number 5 requires the business to audit its decisions, reviewing them to make sure they were consistent with ethical principles. As you may see, whenever there is all of these things together, you may find the right way to decide if what you are doing is correct or not. And also, having complete communication with your team is going to result into positive feedback and positive results for your company, for having always a very ethical behavior in all your deals. Thanks guys for listening to this video, and I'll see you in our next conference.